Let me tell you, this is very mean of them to put 3 evidence pairs in the last passage. You're running short of time, and evidence pairs take up a lot of time. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That doesn't mean that they're hard, but they are time-consuming. And so that can be very frustrating. If you're running short of time, this is not a good question to spend that much time on because there's other things that might be easier. So we can increase our odds of guessing correctly by using the chronology rule, at least, on number 51, because we know that the questions are supposed to be in order. The previous question basically had us looking at the 50s and 60s, so this is kind of after that. But the next question tells us to look at lines 74 to 78. So that means I would expect question 51, the answer to be before 74 to 78. So that does not bode well for choices C and D. C is kind of on the cusp, so, you know, it's close. But look, if I had a minute left and I did not have time to answer this question, I would flip a coin and pick between A and B because they fit the chronology rule. And just spoiler alert, C and D are wrong. We're still going to have to check them. If we have the time to do this question, we still need to check those choices and make sure, because they do break the chronology rule. But if we're running short of time, this is really just about placing the best bet that we can. There's no guarantees, but the best bets are going to be A and B. And so that might get you some points in the last minute. Who knows? But let's assume we've got the time to do this the right way. How would we do it? Okay, we're going to really need to use the words in number 50 to guide us, because we still need to move fast. The passage most strongly suggests that mental athletes are successful at memorization because they. So mental athletes successful. Why? Okay. 66 to 72. Let's go to that line. Okay, that's here to here. Long line reference. Surprisingly, when the mental athletes were learning new information, they were engaging several regions of the brain known to be involved in 2 specific tasks, visual memory and spatial navigation, including the same right posterior hippocampal region that the London cabbies had enlarged with all their daily wayfinding. So why are they successful? Because they're engaging certain parts of the brain. Parts. I don't know. I'm just dumb summarizing for a second here. Let's keep going. 72 to 73. It's short. At first glance, this wouldn't seem to make any sense. Well, that doesn't answer the question. That kind of is a question. So I know that that's wrong. So again, if I have no time left, I'm already guessing A. Let's look, 79 to 81. McGuire and her team asked the mental athletes to describe exactly what was going through their minds as they memorized. Well, again, this isn't answering the question. It's setting us up to answer the question, maybe, but it's not answering it because it's just saying that she asked why they were better, and we haven't gotten the answer yet. So this is not telling us what we want. D, 85 to 87. Oh, too long. That's here. They weren't doing this automatically or because it was an inborn talent they'd nurtured since childhood. Well, first of all, I should try to know what the this is. It does say they were being asked to, they were converting the information into something spatial. I don't love that that's outside of the choice, but maybe I keep this because it's kind of referencing a strategy of some kind that they're doing. I don't love it. Again, if I had to guess, I'd already be guessing A. But let's double check. Let's go to the choices for number 50 now. Okay, so they're successful because they exploit parts of the brain not normally used in routine memorization. So parts, that was a coincidence. I didn't plan that. So that looks good, right? So they're talking about the parts of the brain. Let's keep going. B, convert information they are trying to memorize into abstract symbols. Well, I don't remember talking about abstract symbols at all. Yeah, nothing. Nothing about abstract symbols. They're talking about the parts of the brain, nothing about symbols. C, organize information into numerical lists. No, they're definitely not talking about numerical lists. D, exercise their brains regularly through puzzles and other mental challenges. Didn't talk about that. It's got to be this. Now notice that when I made the connection that choice A was talking about parts and line reference A was talking about parts, I didn't go back to the line to try to dive deeper and really make sure it works. I was like, okay, it's good enough for now. Let's see if B, C, and D are also good. But in this case, they were all so bad that I was very confident that A was right. I could go back and even like double check and reread and really make sure it matches up, but why? Right? This is the benefit of process of elimination. When you're looking for choices to be wrong and you're trying to find those problem words, you're usually pretty confident when you know a choice doesn't work. You might not be confident that it does work until you've eliminated everything else, but that's okay. So really focus on the eliminating, focus on those specific words in each choice, and really make sure you're trying to prove those right or wrong. And in this case, B, C, and D fall out easily. And I don't need to understand A any more deeply because it's the only thing that's left. It's the only thing that's even close. There you go. We just got a time-consuming question in a relatively small amount of time. So hopefully that's not too bad as you're drawing to the end of the passage in the test.